You're listening to Hey Pal, What's New? Hey Pal, What's New is a product of Sack of Sin Entertainment. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and all other social media platforms. Hey Pal, What's New can be found on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Twitch, YouTube, Pandora, and all other podcast locations. Or check us out at sackofsin.com or heypalwhatsnew.com. Warning, Hey Pal, What's New contains explicit content. John, Alex, and Greg are a pair of vulgar Gen Xers. If you are easily offended, please stop listening and go download a nice tame podcast like the Goop Podcast. You have been warned. I made her leg shake and I made her cry. She looked at me and said, I married the wrong guy. You're ghetto fabulous. I'm ghetto fabulous. I'm ghetto fabulous.
Where's Rob?
Bring back Rob.
Bring back Rob.
Bring back. Oh, we're live.
Oh boy.
Whoopsie. Sorry about that. I do declare.
Oh, yes. Hey everybody, it's Hey Pal, What's New?
It's ghetto fabulous. It's ghetto fabulous.
Oh yeah, we've been coming up with our own little musical while we've been sitting here. We were
That's
like,
right.
why aren't we recording this?
I was recording it. I will send you all the raw audio. The raw audio. Raw
Raw Oreos?
audio
Okay.
from before we went live, because I mean the second this board is on, I just hit record every
Yeah.
time.
No,
that's why I can't trust the time on the board, because like, oh, right now it says we've been going for half an hour.
to ourselves, which is usually how.
You know,
Yeah, it's usually
how's
how it
that
goes.
different?
Yeah, exactly.
man.
But hey, everybody, yeah, it's Hey Pal, What's New? I'm Greg. This is John, Alex over there, and yeah, we've been coming up with our. Before we jumped on mic, we started talking about all the stupid songs we come up with
yeah.
in our heads. You know, like there's a skit that a bit that Patton Oswalt talks about jock rocking your life.
Oh yeah.
Where you're just kind of like sitting around your house, and you're like, going to the store to buy commemorative stamps, you know, like I do that constantly.
Oh, so do I.
Oh, all the time. And we were just doing it now. Like I was telling my buddy here about all the songs I used to come up with in the house where like I'd see garbage like, we have a garbage can.
It's by the sink.
Or
You can do the 2-for-1 if you take a minute and think.
yeah, exactly. They used to love that, and we have a sink. Just a stupid song. And they'd be like, why? Or I used to, my favorite one.
The Silencio is my favorite.
Oh, yeah, there's that one. There's a town you live in, too. It's called Silencio.
And
There's a town that you live in. It's called Silencio.
Every time you do that one, it reminds me of that show Schmigadoon on Apple TV that you've never seen.
I never saw it, and then my friend here showed me the trailer, and now I'm like, oh, my God, I have to watch this
They're
show.
like pulled into like this magical world that's like they're living in a musical. Everybody sings everything.
Now, is it really that bad? I think I would stay there.
You know what? Well, when you see, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it gets annoying after a while.
It's not even the music. It's the like in every musical where it's like the person who's like plotting against the other one. It's like, that guy's a bad boy. Don't go near him, girls.
I mean, I wish
one
my
of those.
I wish my life was a musical, just singing. But it is, because I come up with songs like Silencio and what was the other one? Oh, I can't even. It's like
It's definitely
well, I
not,
used to have
it's definitely not ghetto fabulous.
it's not Ghetto Fabulous, which is our new song, which it'll be out soon on Sackassin Records.
Which got us singing the "It's time to play, it's time to play, it's time to play." Hey, guess what's in your pants?
Yeah, we're in a bit of a weird mood today, but that's okay. Yeah, no, the other one was when I used to have the lighter. I'd go outside to go have a cigarette. And I'd go, there's a flame shooting out of my cock. Just light it. My ex-wife would be staring at me, and she'd be like, what's wrong with you? The better one is not using just a regular lighter. You got to use like
The barbecue lighter. I have one of those.
There's a flame shooting out of my cock.
I have a butane soldering iron. but you can take the tip off, and it's like a
that's a good one.
it's like a blowtorch,
Wow, yeah. You could next time you use it,
and it's refillable.
You got to sing that song.
There's a flame coming out of my cock.
And you got to like slide it. That and yeah. It's all the stupid ones I used to do, but I love it. But anyway, let's get back on track. Hey, pal, what's new with you this week? Anything exciting?
Oh, I got a new sweatshirt.
Ooh, Nike sweatshirt.
You know, I
Nice.
left the house the other day, and I freaking was like, oh, I just want to put a sweatshirt on. And I just grabbed one off the chair, and I put it on. And I'm like driving to work. I'm like, this sweatshirt is so cozy.
Oh, yeah.
And then I get home, and Mila looks at me. She's like, are you wearing my fucking sweatshirt? And I'm like, no.
Oh, that was her sweatshirt?
And it's like a double XL, so it's like super baggy.
My rule is the Andrew Dice Clay rule. He talked about buying sweatshirts. He's like, the bigger, the better.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I went to Job Lot and got a black hooded, zip-up hooded sweatshirt.
Right.
That's like 5XL.
Nice.
It's just huge. And I'm a big guy anyway,
like
so
Kevin
it's like,
Smith.
it's huge. And then, of course, you know, one day I look and I go to pick up my daughter Violet, you know,
She's
for the
wearing
week.
it.
She's wearing it. And I was like, is that mine? She's like, I don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
nothing secret.
I'm
Nothing.
like, yeah, my 100-pound soaking wet daughter's wearing a 5XL.
I can't wait to find out because we went to Dick's and I bought myself one. I was like, I told her, I was like, I'll buy you a new one and I'll keep this one because like I thought part of like why it felt so cozy was because it was worn
Yeah,
in.
it's broken in.
I put this one on at the store. I was like, you can have yours back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy this one for me. It's like the perfect, like the sleeves. They're not so tight that you can't pull them up, but when you pull them up, it's not so loose that they fall down.
Yes,
like
I do
perfect.
miss though. Like what makes me mad is that they sell the hooded sweatshirts now with the thumb hole in it already. I'm like, you gotta make your own, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta make your own thumb hole. You can't just buy one with an automatic thumb hole in it. That's stupid. It's like buying ripped jeans. Wait, hold on.
Exactly.
I've done that before too.
Oh my God. And the other day, I think it was Monday. I'm like, I'm one of those, like, I have an alarm that goes off like a half an hour before I got to get up. It's like the warning bell. It's like, you got to get up soon.
Oh yeah.
So usually when I get up, that happens. Sometimes like, oh, I got to go pee.
Yep.
And then I get up and the dogs get up and I'm like, oh shit. But that morning I was like, it went off. I was like, I don't have it. Went back to sleep. And like a minute later, I hear the dog get off the bed and then I hear,
Oh.
and then I hear the,
Oh,
and this like
the
sound,
release.
and then the splash. And I'm like, oh, Kate's like, what was it? I was like, I think the dog just puked. And she's like, oh God, wait, did somebody shit in here? Wait, and the puke is brown. And it turned out like one of our dogs in the middle of the night was like, I got to take a shit, and like got off the bed and just shit on the floor.
Ooh.
And then I guess the other dog got off the bed and ate it.
Trying to get rid of the evidence.
Yeah. But like in eating it, like there's like an outline of like the remnants of the poop that it ate, like on the floor, like a banana that had decomposed. But I guess like, and then I'm like, Kate's like, oh fuck, and she's like, I gotta piss, and she ran to go pee, and I was like, oh God, and I pulled the covers over my head because if you think the smell of dog shit is bad, try
Yeah.
having a dog eat dog shit and then vomit up that dog shit.
Your house is like a German porn. What's going on in there?
Hey, who's excited?
You're peeing, the dog's puking up shit. Kate's peeing, everyone's.
It was so bad.
Water sports
I just caught the waft of it, and I was like, oh, woo. I started gagging myself, and then I got out of bed. I'm in the kitchen. She's like, what are you doing? I was like, she's like, are you like gagging in there? I'm like,
Oh yeah, I cursed Manal actually this week because we were talking about, because she has, I think it's a thing with black cats is that they're bulimic. They're always fat and they're always bulimic. Like we feed the cats, and she has 3 cats, and one of the cats, the black one, Onyx, he always eats, and then like a minute later he just pukes it up, and I'm like, dude, human bites, like just eat normally, you know?
yeah.
But and then we were cleaning it up or something like that, and then we were chatting about like, have you, nothing. It's not bad picking it up, but like if you step in it with like your bare feet, it's disgusting.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
even worse when you slip on it, and we're like, oh, that's the worst. I freaking came home Wednesday. I get a text from Manal. She goes, "Fucking cat puked and I slipped and fell." I was like, oh no.
I busted a hip.
Oh, the poor girl. I was
Oh.
just like, I cursed you. I freaking brought up, I'm like, hey, you know what's the worst? When you slip and fall on it. Literally that day. Oh, it was bad. I felt bad. But, yeah, no, my week was not a German Scheisse video.
No.
Mine was just pretty pretty lame. Like, not really lame, but I mean, yesterday I had to go to the dentist again.
Oh no!
This time Zoe had to get her tooth pulled, and it wasn't as bad as Violet's because Violet, you know, to her credit, she's like, I'm getting knocked out.
Yeah.
I don't want to be involved in this. Zoe was very nervous. Excuse me. Oh, but we said, you know, oh, you don't have to get totally knocked out. You know, we can just get the laughing gas. And she's never had her tooth pulled, and she's never had laughing gas before.
Ooh.
So
Is
I was
this
like,
real life?
I was like, welcome to drugs, kids.
Shit.
Because she puts the thing on her nose, and then she goes, and she's very nervous. I'm like, it's just a sedative. It's like, you know, when Dad takes the medicine to keep from killing you all, I take, you know, it's a sedative. It'll just calm you down. And she's like, okay. And she puts the thing on. It's like, do you feel any different? She's like, no. And all of a sudden, she's like, and then they yank the tooth out, no problem. Then she gets it, and she just starts hysterical laughing. She can't stop laughing. All because the dentist goes, you know, do you want to keep the tooth?
Oh, God.
And she's like, why would I keep the tooth? I said, I'll take the tooth. And he's like, you serious? I'm like, yeah, I paid $250 for that fucking tooth. I want that tooth. So they gave me the little tooth. It's, you know, I told her I'm going to make a necklace out of it. Just wear it. It's cool. Like, I should show it I'll take a picture and put it on our page. But it's like, you know, like when you get it, when a tooth falls out, it's usually just a tiny thing. This is like, because it's from the root. So it's like real long.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's cool. It's ghetto fabulous.
It's ghetto fabulous. Dude, the guys and I at work were talking about that. So I get like the best stories.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you get the story of the fucking guy. This guy. Okay, you want a story?
Oh,
okay, here we go.
I know news and everything is a little bit slow. So
I'm probably gonna murder this story, and it's not even my story. But like this story, I was like, no fucking way. So he's telling his story. He's like, we go to this pimp kills one of his girls.
Oh, okay.
Right? He's like, we find like part of the body. It was just like this big, like just her body, and she was a heavy girl. He's like, and we're at the house, and we're like, they're searching the house. He's like, and the CSI guys, the crime scene guys, have all their stuff set up in the basement, like on top of this, like, you know, freezer. And he's like, and we're going through the house, and we find like a hand in the fridge. He's like, we find like another thing here. He goes, and we got most of the body, but like we can't find all of it. He's like, and they're searching for evidence and everything. He's like, and now I got to go in there and like, you know, do the whole like everything he's got to do as being a detective. And he's like, hey, you guys think I can you can move this stuff on top of this? I could take a look inside this freezer. He goes, I open up the fucking freezer.
Okay.
He goes, and I'm like digging down. He goes, and there's like steak and like other shit in this big freezer. He goes, I get down to the bottom, and there's like this bag. Starts to feel it. He goes, guys, can you come over here? And they go, yeah. He goes, like, either, I don't know, but either in that bag is a turkey.
Oh, jeez.
Or I don't know, maybe something else, but we should check. And the guy's like, okay. So they're trying. Another bag is tied really fucking tight, right?
Ugh. It's like, do you even want to know? It's like it's squishy, and we'll chalk it up to a body part.
Yeah. So the guy, finally the crime guy's like, fuck this, and they cut it open, and there's another bag inside of that bag. And now they got to rip that one open inside
it's
the
like
fucking
one of those
bag.
little dolls that just you keep opening it.
It's like a Russian nesting doll.
Thank you. I couldn't remember the name of it.
And then he's like, they open up, and inside the fucking bag is her hands and her head. he's like, and I'm just like, I gotta go.
Was it doing the Home Alone?
No, but it seemed like that criminal had a head start. That's right.
I was trying to be discreet.
I know.
You're telling this crime story. I'm like, CSI sound.
Those are the kind of stories I get from these guys. And sometimes
Wow.
I just sit there and I just be like, so, you ever have anybody try and kill you while you're arresting them? Oh, yeah. Oh, this one time I had this guy, and then it's just they're off to the races. It's great.
I would love it, yeah.
And the guy told me, he's like, they've asked me to do these fucking crime TV shows and stuff and tell these stories. Like, I'm like, fuck that shit. I don't want to do that. I was like, yeah, but you'll sit here and do it for me for free? I'll take it. I'll come on the show and tell your stories.
Yeah, come on. Pineapple.
That's right. Pineapple, my safe word.
We keep talking about Trainwreck. We're just gonna have to do a deep dive on that movie. Anyway, so
My wife and kids will not watch it. I was talking about, and they won't watch it.
Why
First
not?
off, they can't stand her.
she's an acquired taste.
Well, for a lot of reasons they can't stand her, which I can understand their reasoning. It's not my place to talk about why they can't, but I agree with their reasoning why they don't like her. And then
Okay.
at the same time, I was thinking, I'm like, holy shit. She's got a movie, basically a scene in a movie glorifying molesting a minor.
Pretty much, yeah.
But it's okay because it's a girl and a guy. The minor's a guy, and, you know,
Well, yeah, it's that old.
That's
double,
okay.
That's their old double standard.
that's right. The old double standard.
That's right.
And that's getting cut from the audio version.
See the benefits of what you get when you listen to us live. You get to hear all this stupid banter. So yeah. Do you have news?
No, I have no news. Okay. Here's the news. A lot of fucking people died this week.
Yeah, let's go over that.
The only one every of the ones that you told me, I had no idea about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Maybe I've just been out of touch the past couple of days. I've been so busy. But the only one I know of is the guy who does the voice of the Sorting Hat from Harry Potter.
Yeah, that I didn't know, but the other ones I did. I mean, a lot of them just dropped like today, you know. So, I mean, the one we should definitely talk about is Kevin.
Greg, got any news?
I kind of do. No, I mean, you know, this week has been like a goddamn death dedication.
Oh, dude, not to be too sidetracked. Kate was just realizing the other day, like 3 people she knows in the past like week have died.
Nah, it's just crazy.
And I said, that's it. They cut it off at 3.
Yeah.
Who do we got? Who's the first one?
First one is would be Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, the animated series.
Oh,
The Batman. Out of all the Batmen out there, the poor man, he was the voice.
You heard that guy's voice and anything else, you were immediately like, that's the guy, that's Batman.
And it's so funny too because, you know, out of all the, you know, the distinct voices from Batman, whether it was Adam West or, you know, Michael Keaton, I'm Batman, or
Batman.
or where's the bomb, you know, from freaking Christian Bale. I can't think of anybody but that Batman animated series.
I honestly think, I'll say half the time when I'm watching something with Batman, even when I'm watching like the Christian Bale Batman, in the back of my head, I'm hearing his voice.
Yeah. I mean, he's just iconic. And he was young. He was 63, I believe. Yeah, just passed. So, I mean, you know, big ups to our man Kevin Conroy. And then from another one that I saw just
Number 2.
recently was old Gallagher.
Oh.
Old Watermelon Boy.
Boo. Mr. Day Trader.
Jesus Christ came and hit him over the head with a hammer, and now he's gone.
Sounds good to me. Oh my God, what the hell was I watching recently? Oh, in the Weird movie. You're going to talk about that later. You finally saw it.
Yeah.
In the Weird movie, they had like, when he went to the house and they had all the people, and I was like, oh, that's Gallagher. And everybody's like, who?
Oh, and I forget who plays him in that too. I think it's Kevin Nealon. I think
Yeah, they got like some really there's a lot of famous people in that movie.
There's a ton of cameos.
And I
in
don't
that
just
movie.
mean Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So continue.
Those are the 2 big ones.
That's
I
it?
mean, if we have to go in threes, there's the there's that young teen sinner. I think I just had a little.
Anybody smell burnt toast?
Yeah, exactly. Teen singer Aaron Carter.
Aaron Carter.
Aaron Carter bit it.
Dun,
You know
dun,
the
dun.
Backstreet Boy.
Dun,
He's
dun, dun,
he's
dun,
kind
dun.
of the lost Gibb from the Bee Gees. You know, they had what was it, Andy and all those. Who was the one that was? I'm thinking of Leif Garrett. I don't know what I'm thinking about, but no, there was one Gibb that wasn't in the Bee Gees.
Oh.
Aaron Carter was one of the Backstreet Boys' brother. He was, but you know what? I don't like to talk ill about the dead.
Right.
He was a young kid, drugs. You know, it was bad. He was kind of an abuser.
Barry
So,
Gibb, Andy Gibb.
Maurice Gibb.
No.
Well, no, there is a Maurice,
Yes, Maurice.
Gibb.
Yeah. The Bee Gees. Robin.
Who was Robin Gibb?
Barry Gibb, Robin Gibb, and Maurice.
But
Gibb.
there was another Gibb.
Oh,
that
here we
was
go.
on his
Relatives.
own.
Barry Gibb is his brother.
Yeah.
Robin Gibb, Maurice Gibb, and Steve Gibb was their nephew. But I'm looking at Andy Gibb's Wikipedia, and it's got Hugh Gibb was the father. Barry, Robin, Maurice. That's it.
Maybe I'm thinking of Leif Garrett. That poor soul.
Oh my god, dude! I listened into the I don't know if it was like the headline news on satellite radio. Headline news is one of the channels you can get, and they always do that like tonight at a very special American Greed, like those kind of shows. And they had like the tragic downfall of Leif Garrett.
Leif Garrett, yeah. It was sad. He went through a lot. He was one of those behind the musics they did earlier. He was like one of the original behind the music. That's why I'm not famous, because even if my dad said that, I would be like, I don't give a fuck. But he did. He was very supportive of my father. Anyway, so yeah, that's your death dedications. There was some stuff on there. I mean, remember we were all talking about Dahmer.
Yes.
They are doing more chapters.
No,
I
don't need it.
Not of Dahmer, of different.
Give me Gacy.
I want Gacy.
I want Gacy.
I want Ramirez. I want Gacy. Give me all of them.
Give me the top 10.
I want the whole set.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean,
well, tonight Black Panther. Well, last night Black Panther opened. If you're hearing this, it's later. But we were gonna go. I didn't go.
Yeah, it's something that'll be on my, as I like to call it, one of my new segments, the weekend playlist.
Oh,
like I'm sitting around scratching.
What's on Greg's weekend playlist?
Well, definitely Wakanda Forever is going to be one. We'll have to check that out this weekend. Maybe I'll drag some of my kids there. The other one,
you know, Xander is there. Like went there today to see it.
He better not spoil it.
He's usually like the last kid in the house to see anything, and this time he's the first one in the house to fucking see it.
Wow. Yeah. We tried to sneak it in before the podcast. Things are just crazy and busy, and it's raining out, and it's okay. I mean, Wakanda Forever is the big talk. I definitely want to start watching Tulsa King. I mean, Tulsa King was the new, as my aunt calls him, Rocky Stallone movie. Not movie, but TV show.
Wait, it's a Sylvester Stallone TV show?
Yeah, it's on Paramount Plus. It's
Paramount Plus.
It's one of those like, he's a mobster, does his time in jail. They take, he gets out of prison, he goes back to his mob, goes back to his family and says, hey, I want to get back into it, And they go, all right, well, we got something special for you. It's out in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa, and it's kind of like, fish out of water.
I'll go to Tulsa. I don't know what to do out here.
I don't want to go. Nothing's over. It's Tulsa, yeah. So it looks interesting. I've never seen.
Now, are they doing one of these, dropping all the episodes at once, or is it going to be weekly?
I think it might be weekly.
All right.
I have to check it out. It's something I'm definitely going to watch. It looks interesting because I thought about it, and I'm like, Sylvester Stallone, he's never really played like a mobster. He plays.
Following the release from prison, Mafia capo Dwight the General Manfredi is exiled to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where he builds a new criminal empire with a group of unlikely characters.
It could be good, or it could be Stop or my mom will shoot. We don't know.
I'm all in either way.
Yeah. I mean, actually, Rocky Stallone has been in the news quite a bit about this whole Creed 3, how they kind of pushed him out. Or he's saying that he pushed him out. And you know who's spilling all the beans is fucking Frank Stallone.
Is he really?
He's saying, they treated my brother like crap. They pushed him out of this movie. And like, he created Rocky. And all Sylvester Stallone did was liked it and retweeted it.
Oh my God.
So people are like, normally, a Frank Stallone is out there on the wild yelling stuff. You're like, it's Frank Stallone.
It's Frank Stallone.
Come on.
Gives a shit.
Slow down. But, apparently there's some truth to it because the official Sly Stallone account liked it and retweeted it. And there's been a whole thing. I mean, he kind of, there's a big debate about that as far as, when Rocky was made.
Right.
There's two camps to it, right? He lost pretty much all the rights. He sold it off, So, now they're doing all these spinoffs, and there was talk about doing a Drago show and all this stuff, and he doesn't get a piece of that. So he's crying, but on the other side, people go, well, dude, if it wasn't for the company that took a chance for you because you were nobody,
you wouldn't have the whole rest of your career.
You wanted to direct, you wanted to write, you wanted to be the star in it. They gave you that money. It was, and you made a huge career out of it.
Yeah.
You made billions of dollars, dude. So what, But I get it. He's very protective.
How much fucking more money do you need?
I think he's just very protective about that character. I mean, between that and Rambo. You know, it's like those are his two.
Well, then they don't touch Rocky in the fucking Creed show. Done.
Yeah. Well, Creed 3, he's not in it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, like, don't even mention him.
Yeah.
Don't even bring him into it. It's done.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about the legacy of Rocky.
Yeah, I'd be interested if they just kill him off in that movie.
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
Oh, he'd be like, oh, no, this nothing's over.
The number of shows where they've killed off major characters or characters, I'm like, why? Why'd they have to do it that way?
Yeah, well, they didn't do the old Maggie from Walking Dead where it's just like, oh, she's out somewhere, like, rebuilding a new community. And then 2 or 3 seasons, when her fucking CBS show got tanked because it sucked, then she came back and like, look, everybody.
Show?
Oh, I don't know. It was like Yankee Hotel Foxtrot bullshit.
Oh.
I don't remember. That's actually a Wilco album, a great Wilco album. But, yeah, no. I mean, so Tulsa King, it was just interesting because, yeah, I was trying to think back of his, and I'm like, I don't think he's ever played, you know, he's been the Italian Stallion, but he's never been like a mobster guy, at least in any movie.
Not that I know of. I mean, I'm probably wrong.
Yeah. So it could be good, or it could be, you know.
It's weird because
Demolition Man too.
I feel like we're seeing like a lot of these older like blockbuster actors like Sylvester Stallone, Kevin Costner, like all these big name coming and just going like, I'm just gonna go do TV now. When TV used to be like the death knell, now it's like I'm doing these independent TV shows.
Well, yeah, I mean, as we were talking about, I mean, as far as TV and movies now, like, yeah, TV used to be like you're downgrading. Now it's like you're seeing major stars doing TV because TV's where it's at. It's where you could. I'm always a big fan of TV as opposed to. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love movies.
Yeah,
I think they're great. I love all these trilogies and all that stuff. But like when it comes to TV, like there's all this talk about Star Wars now. Right. All these different directors. There's a Taika Waititi one. There's a Kevin Feige wants to do one. There's Brian Johnson. Is it Dan Levy? I think it's Dan Levy, the one who does Stranger Things. Yeah. They're giving him a Star Wars movie. They're giving this one.
Everyone gets, what is Oprah running freaking Disney now?
Yeah. And it's just like, they have no plan in it.
You get a movie. You get a movie. Yeah. You get a movie.
And they're tarnishing that movie, but like, everybody's upset. Like, oh, it's been 3 years. We haven't had a Star Wars movie. It's like, look, man, we'll get into Andor and all these other shows. It's like, the TV at this point, and they're getting seasons where it's like you could really develop that character, where you give a shit, about these characters if there's a fate to it, Now, should it be like every show gets like 11 seasons? No, like
let's get into it because one of the things I keep saying that I love about Andor is like just the down to earthness of it, but also it has made me forget that one thing that drives me crazy on shows.
What's that?
When they do these backstory or they go back and give you a show with a character that you already know is dead or is still alive, so that you're like, nothing's going to happen to him.
Yeah.
With this show, the writing is so good. When he's in those spots where like they're like up, he's going to escape. Yeah. But at the same time, like, oh, fuck, I can't wait to see how he does this.
Yeah, and then also the show... Because it's so well written, I mean, it's amazing. We talk about it we jerk it off freaking every week, But like Andy Serkis's character, it's like he was amazing in that episode, this most recent episode.
Oh my god, yeah.
And you care so much about his character.
My heart broke.
And then he gets there and he's like, I can't swim. And he knew he couldn't swim.
Yep.
He knew he knew that was the end. Like he could jump off.
He knew he's not getting out of there alive.
Yeah. So
no matter what.
And then Andor's like, what? And then he just gets kicked off and then they swim. So it's like, it's just, but you're so invested. Yep. Now the show's called Andor. You're like, oh my God, what happened? No, not Andy Serkis. Like not him.
And the guy that jumps off with him is that guy who like is in
Rogue One. Yeah.
So you know he's going to be on season 2 now. We got him.
Yeah. So I mean, just the writing, like just it's just that whole prison break, which we knew was coming. You know, we knew that. We were like, okay, here comes the prison break. Just the way they did it, and Andy Serkis' speech. He's telling all the people, just keep going up. You could do it. It was just,
if you see someone, you stop. You get them moving. Keep them moving.
Yeah, it was just, oh my god, and it was heartbreaking at the end. So,
and even the other storyline with Mon Mothma, with like the guy who's like, hey, basically he's going, let my son bang your daughter, and we got a deal. And she's like, no.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pimp out my daughter, which to me is amazing too. Not that she won't do that, that sacrifice of a parent where she's like, no, I'm not going to do that. And I'm never going to tell my daughter that we even had this conversation because she doesn't need to know that, she may despise me and hate me because I'm her mother and turn her nose up at me. And you watch her daughter, she does a fucking bitch to her.
Oh yeah.
It's like, and her mother's still like, that's my daughter. Nope. I'm not going to do to her what happened to me because I hate what happened to me.
Yeah, because it's that whole culture of the arranged marriages.
Yep.
They were going old Game of Thrones on that crap. It's just
Yeah.
like, marry my son can marry your daughter and I'll give you the money. And she's just like, nope. Get out. So yeah, it's just there's so many different moving parts of that show.
Yeah.
Where the show's called Andor, and that's the beauty of it because like we always say, I hate prequels because I know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I hate what they did with The Walking Dead because they announced all the spinoffs early. You could I think this Sunday is the finale if you're an AMC Plus.
I'm still like 4 episodes behind.
Yeah, I mean it's
gonna take a day where I'm like, oh, there's nothing. Like probably Christmas break, I'll be like, oh, I'll sit and watch some fucking.
yeah. You want to see how it ends.
caught
I
up.
mean, I've watched it since the pilot. You know, I've watched all 11 seasons. You know, like I have to know how it ends. But the thing that kills me is that we've said it a couple times. It's like I know these 4 or 5 people are gonna live because they all have spinoffs. You couldn't wait until the finale, the end of the show, and then say, yeah, everybody's upset that the show's over. Blah, blah. Hey, but look, here's some spinoffs that we're going to do. These people. So, like, I know.
Dude, Walking Dead World Beyond was so good.
It was. And, Fear, we can freaking throw that in the trash. Tales was all right. I thought it was going to be more of like they only brought back Alpha.
Yeah.
For a story that we pretty much got anyway.
Yeah. You're going to tell me a story already. You're going to tell me a story I already know.
The way they pitched it was supposed to be like bottleneck episodes where it's like, maybe we talk about Glenn, what he did before they met up, or like Abraham, before they met up and all this stuff. And it was,
No.
Single cat, which, some of them were fine.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm just like, I don't know, man. They've really disappointed me. And, as you would think.
Phoning it in.
So, yeah, I mean, Andor. As far as the other TV shows, I mean, just basically Andor and Walking Dead at this point.
See, I watched this new show.
Mm-hmm.
It's called The Calling.
Okay.
It's on Peacock. It's called The Calling. It's on Peacock. It's basically this guy's like an NYPD detective. It's so funny because his name's Avraham in the show, but his first name is Avraham and his last name's Avraham. So he's Avraham. So
okay.
He's just like very like zen, chilly, like, and he's a cop, he's a detective, and he's like, they make it feel like his like got this like mystical power that like, which he doesn't. It's just he can get people to talk. He, very calmly, the way he talks to them, the way he interacts with them and communicates with them, they just feel like, oh, I can open up and talk to you.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm liking it. I've watched 3 episodes already. And I'm just like, it's okay, but it's like, I don't know if I'm watching it because it's like entertaining but annoying, or if I'm hate watching it.
Yeah, it could be a hate watch.
I think it's a hate watch.
I don't know.
But it's a pretty good hate watch. That's the scariest thing is like, it's not a bad show, but I'm like, I don't want to like it because it's so fucking like just cheesy.
Because you're hoping that, all right, it's going to get better.
Yeah.
It's going to get better. It's going to get better. That's what I do.
Where's my demons? Just make it all explained by like, oh, look, demons. They're possessed. Okay, cool. I can accept it then.
Yeah. And that's where some of it, it's interesting. Like we were talking about how movies, are one thing and then TV are the other. There's so many shows now that TV is dominating where it's like, you could have done this as a movie, like 2.5
Oh
hours,
my God.
2 hours plus, where it's just like, do we need 10 episodes? Like the famous Netflix documentaries. Like, why do they make these documentaries with like 10 episodes where it's like, you could have done it in that 2 hours.
Exactly. And I wonder if they're doing that because like it was a movie, but you know what? That show, Anarchapulco.
Yes.
The one I watched, that was supposed to be a movie.
Yeah.
And then they turned it into a like 5-episode documentary series. And I'm like, why? It didn't need to be, and it's actually really bad because you did it. It sucks now.
Yeah, I think it kind of comes down to, we talk about it in the music thing where we're seeing a lot of singles.
Yep.
And the reason they're doing that is to keep them in the algorithm.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's like we're such a microwave generation that it's like somebody puts out a full length album, you're like, this is awesome, and you talk about it for a weekend and it's done.
Yep.
And then it just disappears. Whereas if you release a song, then another song, then another song, then another song, week to week to week, you're keeping in that conversation.
So they're probably doing the same thing with the shows.
I think so. I mean, just because TV is hot, and you don't have to be committed to, all right, so we'll take this and we'll split it up into 10 episodes. We'll get them talking about it. It's a blessing and a curse. Some things don't have to be 10 episodes. There's no reason why The Staircase, that freaking documentary that I watched, where I told you, Manal and I will watch these documentaries or just get into something where there's so many episodes, and then I could see her clicking away at her phone. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I just want to know how it ends. Like, I don't want to watch 10 episodes of this. Like, did they the thing? Oh, I heard about The Watcher, the one I was talking about. They renewed it for another season. I'm
Why?
like, yeah, because it got ratings, and you're like, okay, it was. To me, personally, I didn't like it.
I hear that show You. Is that what it is called? You?
Yeah.
I hear that's really good.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I haven't watched an episode.
Really?
Kate's watched the whole thing.
I've watched it. It's
Kate's
good.
based in Lake Mayapack.
Really?
Well, in season 2, they go to the Lake Mayapack police.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on. It's got to be someone from Mayapack has something to do with that show that they're going to mention this freaking shithole of a town.
Well, sometimes they just grab it out of the... Like, look at the facts of life. It was based in Peekskill. Bitch, that shit wasn't in Peekskill.
No.
I remember one episode.
Where's the drug dealers?
Yeah, I
Where's
remember one
the junkies?
episode they were walking around in the neighborhood and it was like this quaint town. I'm like, that's not Peekskill, New York. Get the fuck.
Yeah.
I've lived in Peekskill, New York. There's some violence going on in Peekskill, New
Maybe
York.
that was Peekskill in like the 30s.
Yeah, maybe. Or now, it's a little gentrified, but yeah. So I mean, things are chugging along. I think what's really the next show that I'm excited about.
I got nothing.
I gave up on Chucky.
Yeah, I didn't even go to season 2.
I watched the recaps now on YouTube, and I'm just like, what is it about? Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Wait, really quick. They dropped the trailer for John Wick 4.
Oh, I did watch that.
I haven't watched it.
I haven't seen a single John Wick movie.
Get the fuck out of the garage.
Whoa. Shut the TV in that one. Yeah, no, that's a late to the party.
Oh, my God.
I know.
And have you watched the Dad Bod John Wick?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one. Because remember I told you that.
Dude, if you've watched that and like it, you're going to... Okay, you got to watch John
I like
Wick.
Bob Odenkirk. I don't know. Something about Keanu Reeves just...
Oh, bro, come on.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
He's really not... But everybody champions him like he's this amazing actor. He is not.
No.
I'm sorry.
But John Wick is just a fun movie.
Yeah, it's a kick-ass movie, and from what I understand, he's a cool guy, and like, you don't need like crazy dialogue.
No.
But like, I don't know, man. I always talk about Bram Stoker's Dracula. The scariest thing in that movie was Keanu Reeves' accent.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, okay, it's Dracula.
It's Dracula.
Dude, and I just never got it. But anyway,
I get it.
But, you can watch that if you want to. But,
I will.
I will. We'll do it maybe, probably around the holidays and stuff. Once we get the studios all set up. Yours is set up for the most part. This one, we're kind of winging it. But, we'll start banking some extra. We got to do our ranks.
All right. What else we got here?
Well, I think we can get into some, just quick on the music news.
Just looks like a big fat ham.
It's time for Greg's music news.
He's ghetto fabulous.
Now coming out on Second Records. Yeah, man, we'll get into some music. I just wanted to touch. There actually was a bunch.
Ooh, hello.
I want to touch my. There's a flame shooting. Oh my god. No, this,
It's not music news, but remind me to tell you my little music story.
Oh, okay, cool. So, yeah, I mean, as far as music news goes, they did have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That just, how dare you? I see you looking. I see you looking for the snooze. No, there were some good bands that got inducted this time.
Yeah,
Judas Priest.
Oh my God, is that why Rob Halford was singing with
Dolly Parton?
Dolly Parton.
Did you see? I put a comment on there. I'm like, if they don't record Islands in the Stream together, I'll be very upset.
Well, and Rob Halford was going on and on about it. He was like gushing like a child. He's like, I'm getting a picture with Dolly. I don't give a shit.
Oh, it was the most adorable thing. She came out and
Little gay man wants a picture with Dolly.
she came out and they did Jolene, obviously,
Yep.
and then he was singing with her. And
Well,
they-
her and about a dozen other people.
Well, yeah,
Cheryl
but-
Crow. Who else was on there? There's a bunch of people.
It was like the usual All-Star Jam at the end.
You know what I'm wondering though on that? Where the fuck was Miley Cyrus? She's Dolly Parton's goddaughter.
Well, they probably didn't let her in the building.
Fucking passed out drunk somewhere, eating a
No.
fucking McDonald's cheeseburger.
No.
No, God, no.
But yeah, Judas Priest did play. KK Downing, they brought his ass out of there.
Wheeled him out.
Yeah. Well, Glenn Tipton, he's got some freaking. He's like barely holding on. But yeah, Judas Priest got inducted. Duran, one of my favorites. got inducted,
Duran.
which was sad because they performed and everybody was there and everybody was going like, "Where's Andy
Were
Taylor?
they?
Where's Andy Taylor? He's got the
Andy-
he's got the big
casino.
and we ain't talking about the C-19. Yeah, he's got it. He's got
Oh.
the cancer, so it's really
That
sad.
sucks.
You know, Andy was he's been in and out of the band a lot, you know.
Right.
At first I put John Taylor and I was like, no, it's not John Taylor. Thank God it's not John Taylor. He's my freaking bass idol. So yeah, I mean there was a lot. You know what's weird about it is that they tape it now, or the concert's in the Barclays Center.
Okay.
They do the big thing, and then they don't show it on HBO until like April. So it's like I gotta wait fucking 5-6 months. I know who's in it. I know half the clips are being shown online. It's like, why do you wait so long? But
Yeah,
you know,
I that's another thing. So they do things like that, and it's like I'm not gonna watch it now because I've seen everything I want to see from it in the clips.
I usually end up watching.
That
it
was the
anyway.
bad thing about the Foo Fighters show that they did, the tribute show.
Yeah,
That like I saw a whole bunch of it all over online. It's like, well, now I don't really feel like watching it.
yeah. They just give you the highlights. You know.
Yeah.
I think the LA one that they did for the Taylor Hawkins, they didn't even televise it. They had it. They televised the first one.
Right.
But the one in LA, everybody just shared clips. I was like, oh, okay, that's what we're on. So yeah, I mean that was the big music news as far as the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Music wise, there was a bunch of singles that came out, new releases. Iggy Pop has a new single out,
Yeah.
and it's freaking great. It's called Frenzy. He's been kind of dabbling in different kind of sounds. I mean, Iggy Pop's one of my favorites.
He's
I mean,
Iggy
fucking-
Pop.
He's the fucking Stooges. I mean, god damn it.
Godfather of punk.
Yeah, exactly. And, still rocking with his shirt off at like 70 something. But,
Your skin's not all stretchy and flabby when like you've been a skeleton with skin your whole life.
oh, yeah. But this new song, Frenzy, I put it on the playlist. It's back to his punk, like rock
Oh,
heavy.
cool.
He kind of got experimental. That album that he did with Josh Homme. So Iggy Pop's new song, you listen to that in the
No
playlist,
wonder I have
Frenzy.
carpal tunnel.
Also, one of our favorite bands, our girls in Hoity Toity.
Hoity-toity.
They got a new single out.
Nice.
Playing the game. It's a good one, man. It's not bad. A lot of the singles that came out were actually really, because we goof on it and we're like, they came out. To be honest, I don't even have I Wish They Were Dead in this at all,
No.
which is usually unheard of. Yeah, I mean, this new one is playing the game. It's more of the same of what I like, so I can't complain about it. That's on the playlist. Other than that, if we want to get down to the heavy stuff, Blood Clot. We talked about Blood Clot. There, John Joseph, JJ.
Yeah, JJ.
He's got another single out, Unhinged. I don't know. I like the fact that he's still doing it under the Blood Clot name and not, we talked about the whole Cro-Mags thing about, Harley taking the name, and which is great. I mean, you get two versions of it. The Blood Clot stuff, it's okay. It's kind of impressive, It's we'll see. He's been same thing, releasing singles every week, every month, just kind of stay in the game. And then the last one that I heard was
Is this best for last? That's a no.
Well, this is a band. They're called Vended.
Vended.
They are a new band, which you're
New.
and they kind of sound familiar. So you're like, It's Corey Taylor from Slipknot his son's band.
Okay.
He is a TikTok.
So it's not him, it's just his son's band.
Yeah,
Got it.
it's just his son's band. They're called Vended. I wanted to hate them just because, it's like, I don't know. It's
Riding
his
your
son-
dad's coattails.
Yeah, kind of
What
thing.
are you,
And-
Wolfgang? No.
Yeah. Oh, Wolfie.
Wolfie.
He just put out, he did the deluxe version of his debut album, which
God.
I like that album. I saw them open up for Guns N' Roses. They were great.
Okay.
Vended, definitely heavy. And you're listening to the vocals and you're kind of like, kind of sounds like his dad, like a little bit. And I wanted to hate it, but I can't. It's freaking heavy as shit, and it's just punch you in the face kind of. And his son is I can't remember his name, but he's a TikTok guy. He did a lot of stuff. He's but he kind of looks like his dad. Actually, he looks a lot like his dad. Kind of the same vocal thing. The music is kind of derivative of Slipknot, but give it a chance. I mean, let me know, all my Hey Pal What's New music fans, if you want a Wolfman jacket. Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty much it for the music stuff. It's been a slow kind of week. I mean,
Well,
there's
music wise, Mila.
Oh.
Dude. Okay.
we're gonna
look.
have Mila as far as our one of our music guests, because she does seem to.
Talk about a kick in the nuts.
Okay.
Nothing screams my family doesn't give a shit about the fucking podcast I do and doesn't even fucking listen. Like, oh, I don't know. My daughter's sitting around the table talking about this new awesome band they heard of called Ghost. Or not new band, but like talking about Ghost
Yeah.
as if nobody else knows who they are and like going through like the history of the band and all that stuff. I'm like, do you not listen to the fucking podcast? Because we've been talking about them forever.
Yeah.
And the new one
Not
is...
Get your back into the ore, baby.
So I got that one stuck in Mila's head now.
Oh, get your back good.
And I put it on because I was like, I had it on in the car, and she texted me the other day. She's like, that fucking song is stuck in my head. And I go, what song? She goes, the Row song. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. What, row your boat?
Yeah.
And she goes, no, that song with the band that's like, where the people row at the concert on the ground. I was like, oh yeah, I'm on a Marth. Yeah, put your back into the oar. She's like, yes. And I put it on the other night, and like Kate's like, I put it on from the beginning, and they're like, what the hell is this? And I'm
It's
like,
kind of like weird, like it's a weird intro.
because it's like a. They thought it was like, is this whale music? Was this songs of whales, Dad?
Yeah.
But then they started hearing, row, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's Viking metal, man. And she's like, oh. And I put it on. They were all just like, every one of them was like, I fucking hate you. I've been talking about this band forever. And you guys are like, yeah, Dad, whatever.
Not for nothing that their uncle walks into their house pretty much every 2 weeks with a freaking Ghost shirt on.
And I don't know that they first
Put me
heard
on
it.
the fucking pay me no mind list.
But they were playing the one with that one of their songs, and they were talking about that song and how good they are and all this other stuff. And I was like, I can't with you people,
Yeah.
because they'll talk about things that we talked about on the show, and I'm like, we talked about that 2 weeks ago.
See, that's the thing, guys. We need all of you out there.
Oh my god, if our family actually listened to the podcast, we'd be popular.
Yeah. We need you guys, seriously. Like, share, subscribe. Help us out here. We're growing. We're doing we're doing good. But we need to get the word out there. We started with I started sending out feelers for Sack of Sin for the spring.
Right.
I reached out to a ton of bands that I liked.
Good.
See if we have any interest in there so far. And that's the main thing about the whole thing, is that, like we said in the past, look, we're not looking to scam you. We're not looking to make money off it. We just want to get together a whole group of individuals that are talented and artistic, and that we want to combine our forces and get it out there. We're shooting to do our spring showcase, and it's like it's tough, because we're trying to put all this stuff out there, and I get it. If you're a band, look, I've been in bands since I was 14 years old. Like,
Yeah.
some guy's gonna email me and say, "Hey, I'm with this thing, Sack of Sin Entertainment, blah 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 blah," and they're probably looking at it like, "What's this fucker?"
This guy wants me to sign a contract.
Yeah.
Like, our dream is like when we do the vision kind of is when we do the showcase to not just have bands playing and have like music the whole time, but like I was like, you can come, and if you do engineering and mastering stuff for people, if you'll do that for them. You come, you set up a little table with like your business card and some samples of your work, and you could let people know like, hey, I'm available if you need me to, help you with recording stuff or mastering. Eric can come and be like, I got a studio, it's local, and
Yeah, and I get it. We're all jaded musicians that
Yes,
are
you
just
are.
like,
not me.
We've all been burned 100 times.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of like, look, I'm trying to be sincere as possible. I'm not doing this. Look, I'm not doing it to make money. I'm doing it because I'm tired of seeing talented, great musicians struggling and only just playing and just guarding their fan base and going like me. It's like, look, I've been doing it for a long time. I know what to do. It's just a matter of we need to get people together. So anyway, so definitely check out sackofsin.com. More stuff will be coming out on there. Our boy Justin's got some great ideas. We plan on doing like a town hall. We got to pick a date for that where people can go on and just kind of ask us questions, face to face.
Hopefully we'll have answers.
So we have
I'm drinking.
we have a couple of people in the sack right now. We got I know you love when I do that. Bands like Blue Alien Mystic. The Moonlight Initiative is on board. We got a bunch of people that we're starting to get it together. So now the plan is to reach out to bands that I don't know and go, I like your shit. I think you guys are great. You have 75 followers. Why don't you jump on here? This band's got 300. This one's got 500. I'm not looking to scam you. I'm just looking to say, hey, let's play some shows together.
Yeah.
Maybe your 50 friends and my 50 friends. Now I can play in front of 100. Why wouldn't you do that? But, and there's one thing that I did post before we sign off. I posted it on the Facebook group about the idea of doing what's called like something borrowed, something new.
Okay.
Where cover bands, if you're a cover band, a tribute band, whatever, I'm in a cover band. I play 3-4 sets a gig. It's fucking hard.
Yeah.
Why don't you just take one of those sets out and have an original band open up for you? Let them do their half hour.
Hell yeah.
That you're exposing original music to your cover band audience, and the cover band audience is checking out a band they've never heard before.
Hell yeah.
And if they don't like it, fuck them.
We know how many people show up for a cover band.
Yeah. I mean, I play shows. I'm in both an original band, The Critically Shamed, and I'm in a cover band. Cover band, we play, there's always a crowd.
Yep.
Because people want to hear what they know. They go see some Critically Shamed. They're like, what the fuck is this? I have no idea. So we, play in front of 5 people. So, the cover band, I'm not saying you get a death metal band in front of a pop band, but like get bands that are doing something similar that are original music, and they're going to open up, let them play a half hour.
Yeah.
It takes an hour out of your set. For me, as seeing both sides of it, as an original artist, I go, oh, I get to play in front of this crowd that's cover band that are coming to see covers. They might not like my stuff, but I'm not abrasive, and I'm not sounding like, I'm not freaking anal cunt. That I'm freaking doing rock music.
And even if the cover band's playing at 8:00 and you're playing from 7 to 8,
Yeah, so
and there's not going to be like 100 people there, but like, you'll have a bunch of people there who are there early doing whatever before the cover band's supposed to come on.
Yeah.
Or you're their first set.
So it's just like for the people that are come see the cover band, they're going to get exposed to new music, original music that, and the cover band being on that side, if you told me I'm still going to get paid, but I could do 2 sets instead of 3, sign me the hell up,
Yep.
Because it gives you more time to kind of do that. And we're not looking to take money from the band. We are just looking to go, hey, give this band some exposure with your crowd.
Yep.
And then maybe, because all cover bands, they were all original at one point, so that's some of the ideas that we have. So I did post something on our Facebook group.
It's a great idea.
I've been calling it something borrowed, something new. Because you
Something
got something
borrowed, something
borrowed
new.
because you're covering it. Something new is brand new. So yeah.
Fucking genius.
I'm a marketing master. That's why I'm sitting in my basement with a freaking...
I'm taking it. I own it. It's mine.
That's right. A douche.
Douche.
Yeah, put that in your fun fact fanny pack, kids.
Put that in your fun fact fanny pack with no, never mind.
Yeah, so all you people that have been watching and listening and subscribing, thank you. Thank you so much. Please, tell your friends. Let's get this thing going.
I think the real way we fund this shindig,
What's that?
Sackerson t-shirts. I'm ghetto fabulous. I'm ghetto fabulous.